Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me now. So good afternoon. Yes, the sleepy time session. Now hopefully I'm going to get you all re-captivated and re-energized because you've come to a conference and you want to learn how you can network globally. But some people are not based in the UK, some people are not based in India. So if we want to globally network, we need to find a tool that we can use. Now, just a little bit about me before I tell you all the magic that is LinkedIn and how you can use it in order to network globally. So, I wasn't always a coach and a speaker. I used to be a bank manager. I worked with a career of 34 years for a major high street bank that's now owned, I think, about 87% by the government, so I think you can work out what bank that is, yeah? So yeah, I was a NatWest bank manager for many, many years. I was an area manager. I was a local CEO. I used to look after branches all across the city, the West End, East London and West London. And then I was a coach and I was a trainer and I trained managers and an executive coach all across the bank. But in 2013, I took redundancy. And when I left that company, I went on a few little courses, you know, how to write a CV, what to do, how to get yourself out there. And one of the things that I found was LinkedIn. Now, a little bit before then, in NatWest, they said, right, when you get to a certain level, you need to go on this new thing, LinkedIn. We all went on there. I would be working with it. I'd say, you add me and I'll add you. Yeah? We'll add one another. And I had about 50 people that I worked with on LinkedIn. And it just lay there and it didn't really do much. When I left the bank in 2013 and I went on a few courses, a couple of people said, before you leave, add everyone you know, because you need to retain that network. So I was okay. And then, as some of you may know, I've been here today and the fantastic Brad Burton was speaking earlier, and I know that everybody enjoyed that. So I'm a part of Brad's 4Networking, and I've come here today predominantly to support 4Networking and talk to people about networking. And through that journey, LinkedIn has then evolved to me, and I've gone from the 50 people that I used to work with to the almost 4,000 people that I know all across the globe. So who here is on LinkedIn? Let's find out. Who's on LinkedIn? Yeah? So keep your hand up if you regularly get income or clients or connections that service your business and that you can get income from on LinkedIn. So keep your hand up. Yeah, well that number certainly changed a bit there, didn't it? A lot of people, I'm going to ask you, after I finish speaking, are you really on LinkedIn? You think you're on LinkedIn, but are you really, really on LinkedIn? So the first question and thing I'm going to talk to you about is your picture. So, if you haven't got a picture, you're definitely not on LinkedIn. And if you've got a picture where maybe you've got a glass of wine in your hand, you're definitely not on LinkedIn. You're probably on Match.com. So, your picture should be a professional headshot. It should be you smiling, leaning forward with your head tilted to show that you're listening and ready to engage. And it should be a professional shot. Now, this shot's no good for me on LinkedIn because if you look at me, you're going to see all that writing and you're going to be distracted. People like to know who they're doing business with, and it's echoed throughout the day that people know, like and trust people, and that's how they want to do business. So if you've not got a mixture of a friendly and warm, inviting picture that is also, professional, then you're not really going to attract anyone. So you need to have like a plain background, no pictures. If anyone else is in the shot, how do they know which one's you if you're connecting with people globally? If you've got a logo, that's not you. So you need to have a professional, friendly shot where everybody's looking at you and it's all about you. Then after that, what do? I want you to think about, what do? What is your main skill? What is it that you want to be known for? Now, lots of people here, they've got their own business. We're entrepreneurs. We're business people. We're local CEOs of our companies. We're executives. We're managing directors. We're sole traders. When people are looking for people, they don't look for that. So if that is before what you do, you're not going to connect globally or locally or with anybody. So if you're the managing director of an IT company, you should be an IT specialist. If you're a GP, a doctor, then that's what you are. You're not going to be a private practice doctor. You're going to be seen for whatever it is that you do. So you need to think about your title. It needs to be what you are, and you need to keep the main thing the main thing. So if you've got several businesses, you pick the one that pays the mortgage, the one that pays the bills, and that will be the business that will headline on the front. And then underneath, there's a summary. Now, that is a summary, that is not a shopping list. Your shopping list belongs on your fridge with one of them magnet pads, yeah? It's not a shopping list. It shouldn't say that you do websites, social media, a list of your products or services. It should be a bio of you, a bio that says, what are your core values? What is the kind of person that you are? What is it that you have to offer? What are your skills? What is it that you bring to the table? And along with it, your beliefs and your core values. Because again, before we find out who's got the money, we need to find out, are you a person that we want to give our money to? Are you a person that I want to do business with? So before entering into any kind of anything, really, any kind of relationship, we need to make sure that we have a relationship and that we build a relationship. So your summary should not be listed, it should be a story. And it's the story of your life, the story of what you do. Why do you do it? Why have you chosen this path? What is it that you want to bring to other people's lives? And then we go down, on that little section, the number of connections is absolutely paramount. You need to connect with everybody that you meet continually and build this network. And every time you build this network, you will get a mixture of first, second and third connections. Now, is anybody here, do you know about first, second and third connections on LinkedIn? No? Yeah. Okay, so let me explain to you all. So, I've come here today with some colleagues that I work with in 4Networking. I know these people well, we've been connected for a long time. That is my first connection. That is someone that I know, someone that I've met, and that is my first connection. Now, so if I take Mukesh as being my first connection, and Mukesh, he knows Felix, but I don't know Felix, but Mukesh is connected with Felix. If I then go and connect with Felix, that makes Felix my second connection. So that means he's like cousins once removed, maybe, yeah? So, then, if I'm looking for my third connection, maybe Felix is connected with Clive, and Mukesh isn't connected with Clive. I'm not connected with Clive, but Felix is, and he's my second. It's got to make you my third connection, yeah? And to connect with third connections, you generally need to know their email address, and you need to maybe give them a reason that you're connecting with that person, and it's to keep it so that it's a legitimate way of networking.